Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Generation X Nation. We're gonna be talking about these married to medicine women, and I'm gonna make this real quick because I'm sure that y'all have already looked at other people's videos, but I like to put my own twist on it. Okay. Now, with that being said, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I will be doing more commentary going forward. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep hitting that button. I'm almost at my goal. And I definitely appreciate everybody who has left a comment. You know, I do get back to you guys. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about married to medicine the way I like to talk about married to medicine. Now, we all know that Simone and Dr. Heavenly are going through whatever they're going through. They got some issue going on. Everybody know that by now that Quad and King is no longer together. We kind of know Toya is the shit starter. Jackie is trying to be peacemaker, and Mimi is trying to diagnose everybody. Brandy is throwing shade everywhere. Angel is pretty much Quad's twin sister, and Quad is in the middle of trying to figure out if she's going to have a child or not. So let's go. Let's get it started. Now, everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Once again, it's alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. I do my commentary based on what they show on the television screen. Whatever episode airs, whether they edit it or not, and we all know these shows are edited, I do my commentary based on what they show us. Don't have a dog in this fight. Don't like anybody more or less, no more or less than the next person. Okay, so let's make this quick. Now, the ladies are in Florida. We all know Dr. Heavenly showed up. Everybody's surprised to see her there. Dr. Heavenly decided I might as well come and face the music. I think Dr. Heavenly came because she did get some phone calls from some people, i.e. Quad, saying, hey, they throwing your name around here, slanging your name in the mud. You might want to get on down here to Florida. Now, nobody knew she was coming and they was a little shocked, but hey, she's here. It kind of gave a gloom on the day. It seemed like everybody was on a high, coming off the dolphin thing and coming back from Eden and all of that. And then they show up to the house and there's Heavenly, and it's like she sucked the wind out of everybody. I don't know why, but that's the kind of feeling that it seemed like she gave. Now, with that being said, Brandy with her shady behind started noticing all these extra flies and like, oh Lord, Heavenly here, and now here come the flies. Brandy is really shady. Y'all need to keep an eye on Brandy because I like Brandy. Brandy does some good shade very politely, but she do throw some shade. Now all the ladies go upstairs to get dressed for dinner. Contessa's telling everybody we're gonna, she got a chef. We're gonna have a good dinner. You guys go get dressed. We'll meet you down at the dinner table. Now, one thing I could say about Contessa, she is a wonderful host. Contessa is doing her job, aka unlike the lady who was on the other show and took them people out there to Colorado to fend for themselves. Contessa had a beautiful house, had all the ladies in nice rooms, except for the newbies. She let them do what they want to do, had cars for them, dolphin excursions, food, a chef, beautiful pool. Hey, she laid it all out. Contessa, you did a wonderful job setting this up. Now, the ladies come down to dinner. Contessa opens the conversation up about, hey, Dr. Heavenly, I didn't know you was coming. Dr. Heavenly go into explaining why she came, about hearing some things. Then she goes in to talk about the situation with her and Simone, using the words unhinged and aggressive. And I think that is what's driving Simone crazy. Everybody is sitting there looking at Dr. Heavenly talk. Now, prior to them talking, I missed this part. Simone and Toya come down. They go straight for some liquor. Everybody else sitting down at the table getting ready to eat. They go get them some cocktails because they know it's going to be a long night. All right. Simone said, I ain't doing the prayer. All right. Because she probably knew it ain't going to do no good for me to pray because the words I'm about to use ain't going to be nothing godly. Toya did end up doing the prayer. Now, back to Dr. Heavily. She starts talking about, what happened, and she keeps saying that Simone told her to get her MF hands off of her. Simone, didn't say that. She kept saying, get your MF hands off of me. Dr. Heavily felt like Simone was unhinged, she was aggressive, and she felt unsafe, which is one of the reasons she did not want to come down there. Now, Simone is in a confessional said, hey, roll the footage. When she rolls the footage, that is not what we see. I hear Simone say, I ain't doing none of this fake ASS stuff. Get your hand off of me. But never did she yank her or told her to get her MF hands off of me. So at some point, Heavenly looks at the table and say, did y'all not see that? Did y'all not hear that? And everybody is just as shocked as Heavenly. Like, we ain't here see nothing. I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. That's not my experience. They asked Dr. Jackie, and conveniently, Dr. Jackie was nowhere in the area. Well, I wasn't quite there. Dr. Jackie, I like you a lot, but they are right. You are full of crap half the time, and you don't want to speak up when you need to. Simone has been your dear friend, according to you, for 20 years. You need to have her back. That's all I'm saying. As the conversation is going, here comes Toya adding her 2 cents. Everybody's looking. Now they're catching on to Toya. Toya likes mess. Toya is the queen of chaos. Toya is sitting here trying to defend Simone. I get it. That's her friend. But it ain't your fight, Toya. Why don't we just let Simone and Dr. Heavily finish this out? Simone gets to saying, talking back to Dr. Heavenly, I didn't do this. I don't appreciate you using these wordings on me and all of that. Simone gets up and walks off because she's not going to go back and forth. As she walks off, again, Toya starting to speak more. And they're like, good Lord, Toya, can you just mind your own business? Toya ain't never mind her own business. Have y'all met her? Have y'all met Toya? So the ladies break off in 2 separate rooms. You got Dr. Heavily in one room with Contessa, Brandy, and Mimi. And she's saying, I know what I heard. She said this to me. I didn't feel safe. She keeps saying I'm not safe. She's aggressive. She's unhinged. Dr. Heavily, you talk more crap than anybody on that show. And you acting like you're afraid of Simone. Okay. And then they over in the other room, Angel, Dr. Jackie, Brandy, and I think Quad and Contessa are in that room with I think it was Mimi, in that room with Simone. And Simone is like, she's feeling a certain way. Like, I'm going through some stuff. She's defaming my character. I get it. Like Simone said, we have jobs. We are professionals. So you can't be out here using these kind of words like that and messing with my character. That could go against what I'm trying to do with my life. All right. Now, I don't know why I'm sorry, Toya was in the room with Simone too. Toya told Dr. Jackie to leave. Dr. Jackie goes on the other side where Heavenly's at. She has a deep conversation with Heavenly, telling Heavenly, you're going to have to face this. You're going to have to say you're sorry, and you're going to have to own it. And Dr. Heavenly is like, okay, I'll do that, Dr. Jackie. And Dr. Jackie is serious. Once again, Dr. Jackie is in the middle. Dr. Jackie is not taking any sides. I still feel that she should be closer on Simone's side than Dr. Heavily based on how long they have been friends. And I think that's hurting Simone too. So now Dr. Heavily is sitting there and they finally break her down and she says, hey, Dr. Heavily, I know you're going through a lot. I can understand you haven't seen your child and you're missing that person. And that's when Dr. Heavily couldn't fake that strong back anymore. She couldn't act like she was all this and unbreakable. She finally shedded a tear. She finally showed some emotion. And that's all we ever wanted to see out of you, Dr. Heavenly, because you never really show emotion. You love getting in other people's behind, but you don't show any emotion. So as that is going on, the other ladies walk in, they see Heavenly at a vulnerable state, they give her a hug, and then everybody decides, basically, Angel, we're not going to finish this tonight. Let's just have a good time. Pick it up tomorrow. So Contessa said, once again, being a great host that she is, let's play a game. They wasn't on board at first, but then they went and got on board. It was a balloon game, and it was basically a game making fun of each other's personality traits and characters, like who dressed the best, what person is not going to be there to defend you as a friend, or going to wait too long to defend you, who's the loudest. So I thought it was really cute. The ladies did end the night on a good note. It seemed like they had fun, they laughed, and then they wanted to pick it up tomorrow morning. Now, with that being said, the next day come, Contessa's in her room. Everybody's stopping by her her bed, giving her some diagnosis. She's taking notes because according to her, everybody in this house has a personality disorder, and she needs to get that fixed. I will give Contessa one thing. Contessa has did everything she was supposed to do on that trip to try to bring these girls together, and she allowed them to be open and vulnerable and speak their piece. I like that. Unlike the ladies on that other show who was in Colorado with a whole bunch of mess going on, but that's just my opinion. Now, they get down to breakfast. Breakfast is served by the pool. You can eat inside the water. You can sit on a chair, whatever you want to do. Heavenly comes down. They try to have this conversation again. And finally, Dr. Mimi, who has been diagnosing everybody the whole trip, has said, just let her speak. Nobody says nothing. Contessa said, nobody say nothing. Let Dr. Heavenly speak. Get it out. And she's on a roll until that dang on Toya opens her mouth. And everybody shifts to Toya like, girl, will you shut up and let her talk? But Toya, not to be outdone, got to keep running her mouth. Eventually, Simone is sitting there watching it. It just kept going back and forth. It was cringy to me. Now, Simone and Dr. Heavenly did come to have a breakthrough. They sat down, looked each other in the face, and Dr. Heavenly apologized harder than I ever seen her apologize before. And let's hope she means it. She apologized. She got a little teary eyed. Simone got a little teary eyed. And what it basically comes down to for me is Simone is going through her own crap with them crusty sons and that lazy sons and that husband of hers who got her out here working like a redhead stepchild. Okay. And Heavenly is going through something personal because hasn't seen her son and it's really hurting her even more than she cared to admit. Now, Cecil did have a conversation with the boys, and I don't know why he had to tell his boys, y'all need to treat y'all mother better. You need to respect your mother. And she's working hard for y'all, and she's scared she can't retire because she's spending all her money on you. These are grown men. And I know I said boys, but these are grown men. See, so you should never have to told them that. That should have been an automatic. And then after he finished his conversation, they're sitting there looking like they don't know what he's talking about. And then they're like, well, yeah, I think about 85% of y'all fights are about us. So if you know you're spending her money and you know 85% of the fights that your mom and dad has is about you guys, what are y'all doing about it? Nothing. Y'all still freeloading off of her. The other one got a new car recently. Simone, you got to stop enabling them. Them are some stuck up, rich, entitled, soft life young men. You got to stop. You got to cut them off and make them get out there and do their own thing. Because this is ridiculous. And see, so you ain't helping because as soon as you were done, you got to, oh, come on, let's go get something to eat. I'm treating. Why? You should have made them buy you something. But I digress. Let's get back to the girls. I know Dr. Heavily over the years on this show has made her life to be perfect and her marriage to be perfect. And now that it's crumbling, she don't know how to handle it because at the time she's having these issues, she's running for a public office. And I know that has to be wearing thin on her. Simone is about ready to toss in the towel. And if Cecil don't get them boys in line, I don't know how much longer she's going to be able to hang in there with them, but I think they'll stay together. But she definitely got to cut the ties with those boys. All right. Now, from what I can see, Dr. Mimi was right. Dr. Mimi has accused Toya of poking at this incident, constantly saying stuff. She is an agent of chaos. She operates in chaos. She loves chaos. And you're exactly right, Mimi, because Toya ain't got nothing else going on. And I'm not saying it's not hard work being a mom, but Toya got nannies and people come help her clean the house. Toya act like she does it all herself. She don't. She does not do it all herself. But she is acting like, oh, I do all this and that. No, Toya, you do some of it, but you have them boys cooking and cleaning too. And you got nannies and maids that come and help you and people that do your yard. So you ain't working that hard. Okay. But I can also see where Toya is working I'm sorry, Simone is working. Simone's husband and her sons are working her as hard as Latoya works Eugene. I'm just saying. Now, Jackie, in my opinion, I'm not saying she's doing anything wrong, but Jackie, Simone is your ride or die. You didn't care for Dr. Heavenly when y'all first started, but y'all did have a bond and a friendship, and it seems like you're letting your friendship with Heavenly override your friendship with Simone. And I know we shouldn't be that picky about our friends, so you should be happy when your friends find new friends to bring into the group. But that friend right there, Jackie, is a little bit toxic. So you need to be careful with that. I don't know if her and Simone will ever be on a good footing going forward, but I know some of it has to do with you as her friend. Because when you were on Watch What Happens Live and you were defending Dr. Hemley, again, y'all seen the post Simone made something about there you go defending evil or something like that. So I don't know if her and Simone are friends to this day, but it has put a strain on that friendship. And that's something you should really watch, Dr. Jackie. And you do, like Simone says, you don't defend her fast enough. And you should, you know Simone better than anybody. And when Heavenly come at Simone like that, you should be the first one to jump up and say something. The very, very first one. Okay. Just my opinion. But at the end of the day, like I said, the ladies did get down to having a conversation. We'll see how it folds out next week. Simone agreed to accept a Heavenly's apology. Heavenly apologized profusely to Simone over and over again. Let's hope it got through to Simone. I think Simone is going to accept it and move forward, but she's still going to keep that one eye on Heavenly because Heavenly has been known to do this, and just like Simone said, and then she flipped back on her word. She'll say I'm sorry and be on somebody's podcast the next week talking crap about the medicine ladies, because y'all know that's what she does. Now, along with that, we're gonna talk about why this is Heavenly's year, because I understand for some reason Heavenly is just so shocked that she's going through this. But we're gonna do some recaps real quick of the Married to Medicine ladies and see how everybody has had their turn at this. So Heavenly, it's just your season. Okay? It's just your season. We're gonna start off with Mariah. Mariah started off with good friends with Quad. Look where she's at. She's not on the show no more. Had to sue Bravo for trying to steal the show from her. Y'all pushed Mariah off that show. Y'all didn't want to talk to her. Y'all didn't want to deal with her. Y'all want nothing to do with her. And y'all pushed her off that show, basically. And Bravo went along with it and didn't renew her contract. So Mariah had her season. Hell, the first doggone episode, Toya was fighting Mariah's mama and Mariah. Okay. Let's talk about Toya. Now that I mentioned that name, Toya didn't had her season on the show. She done went through losing her house, bankruptcy, moving 4, 5, 11 times. Her friend Amelia accusing her family or friend of breaking in their house. Toya done had her share on that show. People accusing her of being an alcoholic, allegedly. I mean, Dr. Hemley, it's just your season. Let's talk about Quad. Quad then went through a divorce with Greg cheating. Okay. She done went back and forth with y'all talking about her. Y'all isolated, didn't want to be around. Y'all threw her out of the winery in California. Remember that season when Quad was the target? And then y'all bought Greg and his new wife on the show to get back at Quad, but didn't know Quad was showing up with King, who she allegedly has broken up with since. But I'm just saying, okay? Let's talk about Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie had her season when Curtis allegedly cheated on her. Okay? And she didn't want to talk too much about it on screen. They had to push some of it out, but she went through her own little battles with that. And then she called mentioned something about Buffy's personal issues at that little event she was at, and Buffy got pissed off and cussed her out. Okay, do we not forget that? So everybody's had their turn, Dr. Heavenly. Let's talk about Simone. And these are the OGs I'm talking about. Simone came onto the show, and Simone and her husband, Dr. Cecil, was about to get a divorce at the reunion. They was going through their marital problems. They was living in separate houses. They was on the verge of divorce, and they got saved at the reunion. So Dr. Heavenly has been on this show for 12 seasons, claiming her life is perfect. Daddy this, daddy that. I got a perfect marriage. My husband don't cheat. If there are some cracks in there, it's okay, Dr. Heavenly. Everybody that you're sitting here talking about has been through some stuff. All these people you sitting around and you exploited everything they was going through. You talked about it. Some of them you laughed at. Oh, let's not forget Contessa. When Contessa confided in you when her and her husband was having problems and she was thinking about leaving, you told the whole world, went on podcasts and everything else. And then when she confronted you about it, you talked about her dead mom. All right? So, Dr. Heavenly, you don't get a pass. You need to sit down there, sit in it, and take this smoke. You running for an office. I understand you're trying to keep a certain persona while you on this show. You're supposed to be a friend of the show, but you in every episode. So unfortunately, your season is here as you at the same time you're running for office. You're gonna have to eat that, Dr. Heavenly. You're gonna have to eat that, okay? So you can't be on this show talking about everybody else's business, going off and everybody. You and Mariah had it out. You and Contessa had it out. You and Toya done had it out. You and Simone had it out. The common denominator is you, Dr. Heavenly. And I like Dr. Heavenly, but you got to take a long look at yourself. Okay? A long look at yourself. If your son, no disrespect, a whole year, you got to take a look at yourself. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know what goes on in your household. That ain't my business. I only do my commentary based on what I see on the TV screen. I understand these shows are edited and everything is not shown, but whatever they show me, them 42 minutes is what I talk about. Don't have a dog in this fight. Don't like anybody any more or any less. Okay. But in my opinion, this whole thing is centered around Dr. Jackie, Toya, Simone, and Dr. Heavenly. Y'all are the key factors in this whole fight between Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone. Because Toya wants Simone to stay mad. Jackie wants them to be resolved. And we know Toya don't care too much for Dr. Jackie. Toya operates in chaos. Get you some business, Toya. All right? And with that being said, everything in my commentary is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. I say it again, alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Like and subscribe and leave a comment. And as I said, hey, not Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, you just gonna have to take this one under the chin. Everybody on the show has had their seasons that wasn't good, or they were being teamed up on, or felt bullied on, or had a disagreement with somebody, and you are no different. Jackie and Simone didn't speak for a whole season because of you when y'all friendship started blossoming. So it's just your season, Dr. Heavenly. You just gonna have to suck it up. You're gonna have to take this one under the chin. You're gonna have to eat this, whatever they say, whatever the slogan is, you're gonna have to take it, Dr. Heavenly. This time it's on you. Let's see how you handle it. All right. And with that being said, again, everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. And with that being said, you guys go out and have a great rest of your day. And this is Gen X Nation. Peace, and I'm out.